Hey friends, welcome back to our channel. So somehow I feel like this is kind of some weird lighting happening here, but you know what? We're just gonna roll with it. And as you can see, you have only yours truly on the podcast right now. On the YouTube channel right now. Because guess what? Tash and I were having some troubles this week, and I'm actually recording the night of that we're posting it because yeah, normally we like to post it like record it like at least a day or a few days ahead, but tonight this time we were very last minute, and yeah, you just got me solo this time, so I'm excuse me folks. I feel like I'm having like a few little allergies and stuff right now, but you know what? We are going to work with it. And as you can see, I have on my cozy outfit. I don't know, it's not like it feels cold in here in the basement, but you know what? I feel like it's actually looking pretty nice and sunny outside, but in the summers, that's the nice thing, is that our basement can be very cold, which is nice, or like it just like um is a nice temperature compared to the heat outside. So but yeah, I have my cozy sweater, and I have my decaf coffee that I'm feeling a little like a homebody right now, so that just fits the vibe. Let's have a taste test here, folks. That is really good. Okay, you know what? I made a pour over coffee. I've been getting more into that again. And pour over, friends, I would definitely recommend this. It makes like some very good coffee. It just somehow brings out like the flavor in the coffee, which yeah, like it's really good. I do like drip coffee too, but there's something just really good about a good pour over coffee. So if you're looking for recommendations, I definitely recommend that. Anyways, friends, we gotta get into this topic, so I have to stop. I need to keep talking, but yeah, I have to stop being so distracted here. So, guys, I have a very, very juicy topic today for you guys. It is, are you ready? Are you ready? Why is that one guy not asking me out? Why isn't he asking me out? Okay, friends, I am very excited to talk about this because you know what? I've got some hot takes for this one, folks. I've got a few little hot takes, and you know what? I'm not going to say everything that you want to hear. I am the type of person that I am going to speak truth in love. I'm not going to be I'm going to try not to be rude about it. Try or like try not to be come across as too harsh or annoying, but you know what? Someone has got to speak the truth. So I am going to do that today. And you know what? I'm kind of speaking a little bit from experience here. So, yeah, that is the thing where I've made some mistakes, and as everyone has, but yeah, I've learned through some of my mistakes. So, my first one is okay, why is that guy not asking you out? One situation could be, does that guy know that you like him? And you know what, friends? It is, I know Tash and I have talked about this already, but girls, it's okay to show a guy that you're interested. Like, I know in like our conservative Mennonite or just conservative Christian circles, people think that like the girl has to act like, oh, like I don't like a guy and don't even talk to a guy. And how is a guy gonna know you like him if you don't go talk to him, or if you don't show, at least show some sort of interest. So, you know what, friends, if there's a guy in your church community or in some sort of circle of friends, but if you're not going in proximity, if you're not going to be around him, if you're too scared to talk to him, then he might not even really, this is kind of a harsh truth here, but he might not even really know you exist. So if you want a guy to notice you, then you have to talk to him. And you know what? I don't always like talking to guys either. I feel like it can be kind of scary, especially depending on the guy, but at least be in his proximity. So like at least like um and guys, please don't listen to this because you can't know our tricks here. Um so just like go try to like, I don't know, like it's okay to even, let's say there's a guy even in a different youth group that you think is cool, you think he's nice. Ask your friend if it's okay if you tag along with her and go hang out with her youth group. That doesn't need to be weird. It doesn't, like, I'm so sick and tired of everyone, of just all the gossip around and just everyone making guy girl relationships so weird, because you know what, it doesn't need to be weird. And I'm kind of sick and tired of just everyone making it weird, and everyone's like, oh, she talked to that guy, she likes him just because she talked to him. You know what, can't guys and girls just be friends? That is what I'm trying to get at here, folks. So, and another thing that I think is okay, even if you're a little nervous to talk to him in person, if you're a little shy to talk to him in person, then I don't know, maybe just drop in his DMs or send him a little message. What's gonna go wrong? Like, okay, some people think a girl shouldn't make the first move, but I'm here to say it's not making the first move to show that you're a little bit interested, okay? To show, like, act like you're interested in his life. Just like let him know you exist. Send him a little message. Like, I don't know, make it a casual message. It doesn't need to go deep really quick. That's the other thing. Sometimes as girls are scared of getting hurt, so we make messages go deep really quick. But you know what? A guy, I don't think he likes that, because it's good to keep it casual, keep it maybe a little bit flirty at first. And yeah, like, I mean, not weird flirty, but you know what? I think it's okay to flirt a little bit. Am I right? um, but yeah, at least, so that's the thing. At least let him know that you exist, and yeah, show him a little interest. It's okay, girls, to make the first move. Right? I don't even like to think of it being considered making the first move. I think it can just be showing interest. So yeah, like, and as like in the olden days when girls would go and drop their hankies, and then, or how is it, a girl would go, if there was a guy that she kind of had her eye on, she'd like drop her hanky, and then he'd come over and pick it up and say, oh, ma'am, you dropped your hanky. And then that would start up a little conversation. So, you know what? We can do that in these modern terms as well. And we can just show that we're interested in other ways. Like, I feel like it's going to be different than just, we don't really carry hankies around with us anymore. But yeah, there's other ways, like what I was saying, like drop in his DMs, message him, or just in person, like start up a conversation with him and see where it goes. Excuse me as I take a sip of this amazing coffee. Y'all should get all cozy and be drinking coffee with me and just have a little girls chat, because that's what we're having right now. So all the guys, please leave. You are not welcome here. um okay, what is another point? So first of all, get in proximity, show a guy you're interested. Another hot take is why is that guy not asking you out? What if it isn't the right guy? What if? What if it isn't the right guy for you? Because sometimes as humans, us as girls, we can just want things our way. There's like that cute guy there, the really popular guy that all the girls like, and you have your eye on him. But you know what? What if you are open to more guys? What if you are open to a guy you wouldn't normally be open to? And here's the thing, I feel like I've had this too, where I just want to go for like that popular, cute, charismatic type of guy. But you know what? Sometimes those type of guys aren't even husband material. Like sometimes the best husbands are the ones who are quieter, who are off in the corner, who aren't as noticed. Because in a marriage, it's not going to keep the marriage going. How do I say this? With like, just like, if you're just going for his like charismatic personality, like, or his looks or something, like his looks are going to fade. But you know what will stand time is a guy with good character. So yeah, I think that us as girls need to be more open to guys, and like be open to a guy you wouldn't normally be open to. Be open to a guy who yeah, like maybe he's not the most popular guy, maybe he isn't necessarily your type. Like that's the other thing. I think sometimes us girls have way too high of expectations. And you know what? It's okay to have what's the term? It's okay to have standards, or what's the word? Like don't lower your standards for a guy. But sometimes I think we just have such high expectations of like it's just gonna, like, we're gonna get with like the perfect guy who like yeah, like just like your perfect type of guy that you come up with in your head, that you imagine. But you know what? I'm sorry to break it, ladies, but that perfect guy doesn't exist, okay? That perfect guy doesn't exist. So we need to drop all those expectations. And another big thing I would say is pray about it. Because what if what you want isn't aligned with what God wants for you? What if? Because I know how it is when I really like the guy and I'm like, okay, this is the guy that I want. I like him. But you know what? What if that's not the guy that God wants for you? And it's so hard to surrender that to God and to lay it at his feet and say, God, you know what? I want this guy. I want this guy right now. But I want what you want more. Your will above my will. And that's literally so hard when you really like a guy and you just like, you have all these expectations and all these ways that you just think that he would be perfect for you. But you know what? You don't see the big picture. But you know who does? God does. Our amazing Father up in heaven is writing the most beautiful love story for you. He sees the big picture and we don't. What if this what if this guy that you like has, I don't know, like some major character deficits? Like, what if he, isn't the guy that you portray him to be? What if he has a major addiction? What if, I don't know, what if you guys just wouldn't be compatible? And like, when I know how it is when you really like a guy and you just like, you really like a guy and you make him out to be this certain guy in your head. Like, us as ladies, we love to, our imaginations, we love to come up with just fantasizing about a guy and just like making him up to be in our head who he actually isn't. And so, yeah, I just really think that we need to to keep our heads straight. We need God. Like, we need God to help us, because if we're choosing a life partner, we're going to mess it up because we don't know what's best for us. And I know how it is for me in different situations where I thought, was really hoping, I was really praying that something would work out with a guy, and then it didn't. I was so disappointed. I was mad at God. I was like, God, why didn't you allow this to happen? But then now I look back at some of those situations and I'm like, I'm actually so glad, God, that you didn't allow that to happen, because we wouldn't have been a good match. Now that I'm out of this situation, now that I can see clearer, because we can always see clearer when we're looking back. You have 20/20 vision looking back, but when you're right in the situation, it's hard to think with perspective and to think logically. Um, so that's why, and that's another thing why it's also really important when you're in a situation with a guy, you're right in the situation, so it's hard to come out with a objective perspective. So that's why it's really good to have a good community, a mentor, good girlfriends around you to help you see. Like, go and ask some of your girlfriends, like, what do you think about this guy? Do you think that we'd be a good match? Do you think that, yeah, just ask them, because they probably have a better perspective than you have. And I know how it is. Sometimes you don't want to hear the hard truth. If you really like a guy, if you've invested it with this guy, either like if it actually is a situation that you've invested in this guy where you're messaging or you're hanging out in person, or if it's just a situation that you invested in your mind and have come up with all these ways that he'd be perfect for you, then you don't want to, I know how that is, you don't want to hear if someone doesn't think that that person's good for you, because you, if anything, in those situations, you want to avoid people who are going to speak truth to you. But you know what? We have to have those people in our lives who speak truth out of love, even if it's what we don't want to hear. And you know what? You should be that person to your friend. I know how it is. You want or I at least know, this is how I am, that I want everyone to like me. And I'm like, I don't want to say anything that will cause someone not to like me. But sometimes it's the best thing to speak truth in love, because maybe that's what that person needs to hear, even if it's not what they want to hear in the moment. And I need to get better with that, and I'm sure you guys do too. I kind of feel like I'm a little bit all over the place in this video. I just came up with like the topic, and to be honest, I didn't even know what I was going to talk about probably like half an hour before I started this video. And I was like, okay, God is going to need to give me the words. The Holy Spirit is going to need to work through me. And so here I am. I am just speaking here with no notes or anything. So let me think if there is anything else I should say about this. Yeah, just kind of what I was saying. keep your options open. Maybe it isn't the guy for you, or it might be the guy for you, but maybe he doesn't know you like him. Yeah, there's different scenarios that could happen. Um, but yeah, I at least know for myself that I really needed to be open to the unexpected, to be open, to become more open to guys I wouldn't normally be open to, because yeah, like sometimes um we maybe from like our um hurts, from our traumas, whatever, we might go for a guy that isn't even good for us. We might just try, we might go for a guy who's not emotionally available